Like, no, pause. Because I genuinely had to stand up, walk around my room, drink water, come back, rewind, and still, it didn't make sense emotionally, not in a bad writing way. No, these people are about to destroy each other and I'm somehow emotionally involved like it's my own family way. You ever get that feeling? When a show stops being entertainment and starts feeling personal, yeah, that. So let me take you through this because I need to talk. And yes, if you watch this episode, you already know something is about to explode. And if you didn't, oh, buckle up because this is chaos. Beautiful, painful chaos. First of all, Kat. I need to talk about Kat. Because why does she feel more like a real investigator than half the people actually assigned to do the job? No, seriously. I'm sitting there thinking, why is she not officially a detective yet? Like, give her a badge. Give her authority. Give her a whole department at this point. Because every single time something goes wrong, Kat is there. Thinking, connecting, moving, not reacting, moving, and that matters. I still can't get over the Chelsea situation. You remember that, right? When Chelsea was taken by Allison, that whole nightmare, everyone was panicking, running around, emotional, lost. But Kat, calm, focused, sharp. She didn't just help. She found the clue. The one thing that led them to Chelsea before it was too late. Before Allison could actually, God, even thinking about that gives me chills. And that's when I realized Kat doesn't guess. She reads situations, she feels when something is off. And that's dangerous in the best way. And now she's involved in this whole Lynette situation, which, by the way, is already messy enough on its own. But no, of course not. Because this show said, let's make it worse. So Tomas is officially assigned to investigate Lynette. That's his job. Given by Bill. Cool. Fine. Makes sense. But Kat refuses to stay out of it. And I love that. I'm sorry. I do. Because yes, Tomas told her, I'll handle it. Yes, he tried to push her away from the investigation. But Kat saw something bigger. She saw injustice. Because let's be real for a second. Tomas is being set up. You feel it too, right? It's not even subtle anymore. Lynette and Haley, they've been moving pieces behind the scenes. Quietly, strategically, and somehow Tomas ends up looking like the problem. No, I don't buy it. And Kat doesn't either. And this is where her anger comes in. Because it's not just about the mystery anymore. It's about loyalty. It's about watching someone you care about get thrown under the bus while the person in power, Bill, just stands there. Or, worse, chooses the wrong side. Tell me I'm wrong. Because when Bill didn't defend Tomas, I felt that, like, physically, I was sitting there like, are you serious right now? This is the moment you stay silent? And Kat, she felt it too. You could see it. That frustration, that disbelief, that moment where you realize the system is broken. So what do? You step in, and that's exactly what Kat did. She stepped in. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Because Kat doesn't just involve herself emotionally, she brings actual leads. Real leads. She identifies one of the victims from Lynette's scam list. Pause. Let that sink in. Out of everything, all the noise, all the confusion, she finds a starting point. That's not luck. That's instinct. And I remember literally saying out loud, yes. Out loud, like a crazy person, that's it. That's the thread. Pull that, because that's how real investigations work, right? You don't solve the whole thing at once. You find one crack and you break it open. And Kat, she found the crack. Now, here's the part that made my stomach drop. Because the moment Kat gets closer to the truth, she gets closer to Haley. And listen, we need to talk about Haley because I don't trust her. I haven't trusted her. And now I'm actually worried, not just suspicious, worried, because everything about her feels calculated. Everything. The connection between Haley and Lynette, that's not coincidence. I refuse to believe that. And when Danny revealed that they knew each other before the robbery, oh, that changed everything. You should have seen Bill's face. No, really. That expression, that wasn't just surprise. That was confusion mixed with something darker. Like his brain was trying to process something it didn't want to accept. Like, wait, why didn't she tell me this? And that right there, that's the beginning of doubt. Small, quiet, but dangerous. But here's the problem. Bill doesn't follow doubt. He ignores it, and that's what's going to destroy him. I'm calling it right now. Because every time there's a red flag about Haley, he looks away. Every single time. And I get it. I do. Love makes you blind. Trust makes you comfortable. But this is not love. This is manipulation. Their entire marriage, don't even argue with me on this, is built on lies. Layered lies. Carefully constructed lies. And Bill is standing right in the middle of it, smiling. He doesn't see the cracks, but we do. And Kat definitely does, which is why her involvement in the Lynette investigation, it's not just important, it's explosive. Because if Kat connects Lynette to Haley, it's over. I mean it, over. And let's not forget Randy, because he's been way too quiet, too calm. And in this show, that's never a good sign. Now, let's go back to Kat for a second, because she doesn't stop. She goes to Leah. Yes, that Leah. And I literally sat forward when that happened because I knew this wasn't going to be simple. Leah is not just some random character. She's connected to Plasma King. And if you know anything about that organization, you know that's dangerous territory. Secrets, power, control. People don't just ask questions and walk away clean. So when Kat decides to confront Leah, I was like, girl, are you sure about this? But at the same time, I get it. Because Kat doesn't hesitate when she smells the truth. Even if it leads her somewhere dark. And the question now is, will Leah talk? Or is she protecting something bigger? Something tied to Plasma King? Because if Lynette's disappearance is connected to that organization, then we are not dealing with a simple scam anymore. We're dealing with something much deeper, much more dangerous. And suddenly, everything feels connected. Too connected? Meanwhile, Tomas is still trying to do things the right way, following procedure, reporting to Bill. And this week, when he met Bill to discuss the investigation, that scene, God, that scene frustrated me because Tomas is bringing real information, real progress. And Bill, he listens, but he doesn't really listen. Not the way he should. And then Danny drops the bomb. Haley and Lynette knew each other before the robbery. Bill, silence, tension, that look on Bill's face again. And for a split second, I thought, this is it. He's finally going to question her. But no, of course not. Because this is Bill. He hesitates. He doubts. And then he chooses her anyway. And I wanted to scream. Like actually scream. Because how many signs do you need? But here's the scary part. Even though Bill refuses to see it, the truth is still moving toward him. Slowly. Inevitably. Because Kat is getting closer. Tomas is getting closer. Danny is connecting the dots, and Haley, she's running out of time. Let's talk about that $10,000 scam, because yes, we haven't forgotten, and neither has the story. Everything Haley and Randy have built, that whole plan to take Bill's money, it's fragile now. One mistake, one wrong move, one person asking the right question, and it all collapses. And guess who is asking the right questions? Exactly, Kat. Which is why I truly believe the downfall is coming soon. But here's where I get nervous. Because shows like this, they don't just expose the villain. They make you suffer first. So what if Kat gets too close? What if Leah doesn't just refuse to talk, but actively shuts her down? What if Plasma King gets involved? And what if Tomas gets hurt in all of this? Because let's be honest, he's already a target, framed, isolated, undermined. It wouldn't take much to push him further. And Kat, she's emotionally invested now. That's her strength, but also her weakness. Because when you care, you take risks. And I feel like something bad is coming. I don't know what exactly, but the tone, the pacing, the way secrets are stacking up is too quiet, too controlled. And we all know what happens right before everything explodes. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm stressed. I'm emotionally exhausted. And I cannot wait for the next episode. But let me ask you something. Do you think Bill will ever see the truth about Haley before it's too late? Or is he already too far gone? And what about Kat? Is she about to become the hero of this entire story? Or the next person to get caught in the fire? Because one thing is clear. The game between Haley and Tomas, it's no longer balanced. Not anymore. Kat just tipped the scale. And now we wait for everything to fall.